So 2 days ago, we put ourselves to the test by launching the $500 account challenge. Today, we're going to be providing you our first update with our first trade. In the last 2 trading days, we've seen a very tight range market that has minimal volatility. The volatility that did occur in the last 2 trading days was near the end of the day, which makes it very difficult to full port a zero OTD and to get a winning play. So yesterday we were not able to get the right fill as we mentioned on our Twitter feed, but today we managed to get into a trade at the right level but not at the right time. The trade ended up working in our favor, but it was one that required a lot of patience and discipline to hold. We have a strict, detailed, and rules-based approach on how this challenge is going to work. When you don't stick to your rules in trading, you always end up selling yourself short and missing the right opportunity when it comes to trading. So having this account management approach can definitely be very helpful for you as a up-and-coming trader. You need to really define your rules, sell targets are, what your entry strategy is, and also outline what your degree of risk is and how much capital you're going to be deploying when you do start to take these trades. So let's get into it and let's discuss what is happening in this marketplace. So today and for the past 2 days, we've seen the S&P 500 trade in a very tight range. So looking at the market structure here, we've confirmed that the trading range was pretty much going to be 64.60. So we mentioned over here likely to be 64.20, 64.60 range. So even though this is a large range, it's interesting to see what range bounds we're seeing. Our neutral range was 64.30, 64.40. And we mentioned that there's going to be a strong emphasis in that area. We also gave the edge to the upside today as well. So that's very interesting for our members to see. Now, because we were not able to, we did not do an update on Monday, I'm going to give you guys a full review about all the trades that we had taken since yesterday. So yesterday was the 25th here. That's previous week. Let me get over here. So we've taken multiple swings from yesterday. So yesterday we put an order to buy PLTR 150 put at 1.4, and that was a swing. This UPST call didn't fill. We took this Google 215 play here because we noticed that the premiums are rising into a week where cloud earnings are there. MDP is one, and you got Snow earnings as well. So we also have tech conferences that are happening on Wednesday. So that's why we like these Google calls. It actually did hit 30%. We got this Tesla 360 call yesterday, which was a nice play as well. And that was based off the NVDA news, where pretty much if you go back into what happened here, NVIDIA launched their own AI robotics, which is meant to be sold to companies like Tesla so that they can develop their own AI robots, right? So that was very bullish for that. And this Tesla actually did very well, where it managed to, so you see right over here, Google hit 32%, but it managed to hit 60% that particular day here, okay? So when we go back to the trade here, let's move forward. I want to show you guys about that particular play here. So that Tesla was one of the ones where we managed to hold here because we were targeting around, you know, this 351 on Tesla yesterday. Unfortunately, it didn't come, but it was definitely very strong, and it was one that managed to really spike up near the midday, and we still held it because we wanted to really play here. So you can see right over here, it hit 52. It actually hit 60%, but we held that, and then pretty much it calmed down. Yesterday we tried to get these 64.70 calls at around 50 cents. It didn't fill. We got the fill on PLTR 150 put, The PLTR actually opened up at around 50%. I didn't sell it, unfortunately. We bought coin today, so this was today. The swing on PLTR hit 50%, which we consider a good trade. We got this SPX 6430 put, and we decided to change our number because it was taking too long, and that's pretty much worked, and we ended up selling that at around 40 cents. So going to this challenge here, so just a friendly reminder, the $500 account challenge is we're taking our A+ 0 TD SPX plays. We said we're going to start with $500. We're taking A+ setups only, which this is an example of an A+ setup here. We just modified it once. Normally we don't do that, but because the market structure was so shit, that's why we did it. So we only take A+ setups, and we have a limit order to sell at 30%. It's either once a trade gets filled, there's no stops. So we either hit 30% or it goes to 0. Okay, and it will be pre-announced before entry. So going into this, we show you here yesterday, we put an order to buy 6470. The order was over here. We canceled it, so we give you a step-by-step rule. Reason why we canceled it is because it hit 60 cents here, right? So it was 10 cents, and it actually went to 200-300% once it hit that number. So we couldn't get that fill. Whenever a premium misses my entry point and then later spikes by a couple of cents, then we know that, okay, if it goes back to that level again, that same price, then it pretty much got sold off, and buying it was not a good idea. So today we tried to buy that as well. Place order to buy 2 cons, we'll sell at 2.6. We later modified that, and we show that confirmation over here on that $500 account challenge. I got the fill. At the same time, I got the other one here as well, and we managed to sell exactly there. So I also said that if the order fills, we will sell at 1.95, which we had locked in, and that was the win there. So going by this, we got the first trade in the bag. We're now at level 2, where now we're trying to convert the 650 full port to 845 approximately. The thing about this account challenge here is that it's not 100% correct, because it does include commissions that we have to pay, and sometimes you may have like SPX play that costs like $2, and if I have like 150 left over, sometimes you may not be able to buy. You can't buy partial contracts, basically, right? So that's the only thing about this small account challenge that is it might be off about this, but we're pretty much going through the numbers exactly as going by level, step by step. This gives us a clear guidance as to how many times we gotta hit that number in order for our SPX to work. So besides that, let's talk about what's going to be happening forward in the marketplace. So SPX is currently still stuck in our chop range between 63.60 and 64.80. Okay, so very choppy range here. If you're trading SPX, you want to do 0 OTDs, and you want to pretty much sell quick whenever you got the opportunity. Once the market gets above 6,500, that's when things start to get interesting. Or if it gets below 64.50 or potentially 64.40, then there's potential downside there. Okay. Stocks like Tesla are in the bullish breakout zone. So Tesla here has the potential to open at 357 here, and it can go to 370 as well once the market starts to really rip. So yeah, Tesla, we are definitely still in, and we're holding that. We still got our PLTR puts. So why did we have PLTR puts? Simple reason is because it hit our level 2 bearish here, which trend has been confirmed. It did hit 50%. It opened with weakness. It's stuck in this chop range. So in order for our puts to come back, we need to see it go back to around 154 for that to work here. Okay, so even though the market was going up yesterday, PLTR still seeing a little bit of weakness there near the close. So we want to see if that can come back down. AppLovin had a very good day today. So we want to see if it can get through 476 before it starts to explode. Keep an eye on that number here. And NVDA for earnings, which is going to be coming out tomorrow after close, we believe its top range is 200, and bottom range is around 160. Very tough to play NVIDIA here. And you know, they just mentioned today, news came out that they're gone to full production on their Blackwell chip. So a lot of NVIDIA news is coming up today. AMD was very strong. So AMD actually hit our level 1 bearish yesterday. This was a great entry here on calls, and it opened very strong once the news came out that IBM and AMD start to do a partnership. So very interesting to see and hear about that. Although AMD is very strong here, its biggest catalyst, of course, is that earnings. We are holding coin puts simply because it hit our level 2 bearish here. We want to see if it remains under 310. It's very possible it can retest 304 again, and that's where it may start to hit 297. So we're going to be watching that. Whenever level 2 bearish hits, 80% of the time, unless if news comes that the trend to the downside is confirmed, and it always comes back. So we're going to be seeing if it hits this 304 again after being unable to gap above 310. So I hope you guys enjoyed this post-market update. We'll see you guys in the chat, and like always, let's get that money.